So we got a good sizable leak for today's video. We're going to go into the Crucible Maps, a PvP focus revamp looks like it's going to be on the horizon, how a new enemy race will not be with Lightfall, and how Cayde 6 might be returning sooner than later. Now again, I want to reiterate, take these leaks with a grain of salt as things are subject to change from now until Lightfall, and if Lightfall doesn't launch till February, then it's going to be like 7 months away until we will actually see this in-game. But just take it all with a grain of salt, will ya? And another thing is that please subscribe, as only 10% of you guys subscribe to the channel, and it means a lot because I just cover, videos when it comes to leaks, guides, all that type of stuff. So please subscribe, it would mean a lot to the channel. But let's get right into it. Now, Destiny 2 Leaks said on Twitter two things last night, and those things is that the fire-paced Delphi will be a returning Crucible map that we're going to see in Season 19. As we know, we're getting another Crucible map in Season 18 and Season 19, and that also that there won't be a new enemy race in Lightfall. So let's just begin with that. So let's go back to the Crucible maps. We know we're getting a returning Crucible map this next coming season in Season 18 and another one in Season 19 before Year 5 comes to a close. Destiny 2 Leaks pointed out that Cathedral of Dusk will be the returning map in Season 18 and that now Firebase Delphi will be the returning map in Season 19. Now it's good to know that we have two maps on the horizon are returning from Destiny 1, and Cathedral of Dusk would be launching in the season with a reprise raid, and Cathedral of Dusk is on the Dreadnought, so King's Fall could be something right there that comes out, and then you have a Crucible map, and maybe a Strike comes out that season. I haven't really seen seasons come out with Strikes, so hopefully we can see some, since I love when 3 Strikes came out with Chosen, so hopefully Bungie can get some new Strikes in here. But yeah, Firebase Delphi was on Mars, definitely a good map. I heard good things that people are really hyped about that map returning, and yeah, I can't wait to see if that is the case coming in Season 19, but again, that's a bit away. I think it will be 3 to 4 months until we see Season 19, so something to look forward to at least. The other thing I want to talk about is that he did confirm that Lightfall will not have an enemy race. Instead, that the other enemy race will get some type of darkness rework. We kind of saw a small quality of life change with the Taken, is that when the Taken was using stasis guns, that was like a change that they did. Taken didn't always do that, and then I just see them now using it in like Gambit and such. So it could be like that, but it could be a bit bigger. As Vapor has been I'll just say right now, getting more attention as the next potential subclass. In 2 weeks, we'll find out if Lightfall will have a subclass. And now that Joe Blackform has confirmed that another one's in the works, and that Witch Queen didn't have one, and they're going to work on it for a later release, we could see one in either Lightfall or the final shape. And it looks very likely that Lightfall is going to get one, as recently a Bungie dev put on, a person that was working on just clips for the game and developer for Season of the Haunted put a clip out using a green UI and a new super icon. It's going to get a lot of attention already with having green as the type of subclass. I don't think Vapor will be the name of the next subclass, probably like a proverb for it or something, but again, Vapor, Corruption, Poison, they all have like different things between them, so who knows what the next subclass will be, but I'm expecting more like the Cabal, the Fallen. The enemy races that we know now will probably get a somewhat darkness rework using this new type of subclass against us, which I think increases its potential and probability of having another subclass with Lightfall. But I know a lot of Guardians are probably going to be disappointed that we're not getting an enemy race, but again, we still have Final Shape a year later, so we could see them add a whole new enemy race for the final end expansion to the saga, which would be really cool because having an enemy race is a new one at least could be a bit some work, I would say. I think the Scorn was the last new one, and that was back in Forsaken, so it's been a while, and I know it's been something that a lot of people have been waiting for, and we waited for darkness subclasses, guys, for years, so hopefully we just have to wait a little bit longer for a new enemy race. Now, we're going to go into this other leak that has been getting some little traction there and there, because it has been right about some things, or has been pointed out to say things that Destiny 2 Leaks just said, like the Firebase Delphi returning in Season 19, and that there's no new enemy race in Lightfall. Now, again, this could be proven to be false, this leak, because I actually have no, confirmation on this leaker at all yet. So, again, we gotta wait and see, but just some things to point out here. So, with the no new enemies in Lightfall, he does say that instead factions have fallen, Hive, and Cabal, and Scorn will receive Darkness makeovers, think like Pyramid Tech Armor, and will shoot Stasis and Vapor. Now this does sound very interesting, and I really want to know how they do this Darkness revamp to the old classes. Of course, the Stasis with Taken was a really good change, had a little bit of a change towards them, but I would love some more things towards it, because the appearance of the enemy and probably the damage and maybe an ability of the enemy, having like a new one of those with the new subclass would be very interesting. So again, the Vapor whole thing is getting more likely than ever. If a no new enemy race is on its horizon, then we're gonna probably see Vapor, guys. It's getting more likely, I feel like, since that ArtStation thing a couple days ago, and now with no new enemy race, really, it just feels more likely than ever with Lightfall. He also did say that Cayde 6 will return, but not in the way you think. Now, this is a big long shot, of course, because we know that, Cayde has been, of course, everyone loves Cayde, and if Bungie was going to bring him back, it would be kind of cool to see him, in Lightfall, the final shape, to finish off the saga. One more, return from this character, but it would be really cool to see him as maybe the villain this time around. Because Crow is now, of course, from Uldren, he was the bad guy, and Cayde was the good guy, but now the Crow being the good guy, becoming the Hunter Vanguard. How cool would it be for Crow to redeem himself by killing his old Hunter Vanguard, Cayde, of course, from that whole Hunter's Dare thing, if Cayde was resurrected as a evil guardian, or even worse, probably like a nightmare, or maybe like, who knows, a disciple of the Witness. My best guess. It's a really long shot here with this, because I don't know if Nathan Fillion would come back, and who would voice him. Would it be Nolan North? Because Nolan North did it before I think on the first mission of Forsaken. So again, it would be a long shot for Bungie, and I want to know how they would do it if they were going to bring him back. But again, this could not happen at all. It's something there and there, but they said that about Gjallarhorn, and there you go, Gjallarhorn came back. So something to look at going forward. Another thing they said here is that Ritual Teams is committed to reigniting interest in core activities, with PvP getting the big focus first. Now, I gotta say, they have been somewhat right about this, I should say. I can't say good things about PvP all the time, because I do believe it's in a bad state right now, and I gotta agree with everybody when it's not really that good, and people quit the game because it's PvP, and you can't really say it's an extension of the game, because there's quests and stuff from PvE that tell you to go and do PvP, and so I do believe PvP is in this game, and I believe that changes are on its way. It's just going to be a while, guys, We are finally getting Crucible Maps. I know it's returning, and I know they got rid of a lot with the Content Vault, but we're finally getting Crucible Maps. We're getting new Crucible modes, like the Eruption coming next season, and we're finally getting changes each season in the Crucible, and hopefully going into Lightfall, when a massive amount of players come back to Destiny, that they'll see that Crucible is in a much better state than Witch Queen, because Witch Queen, PvP was... It was not in a good state, because we weren't getting any Crucible Maps, and we weren't really getting anything. So hopefully, like they did with the whole Trials rework last season, of course last year, and they announced it at the showcase with anti-cheat and of course matchmaking, that they do this huge revamp to all the core activities. We know that they are working on the core activities, with of course Crucible getting the focus first, because I think it desperately needs it more than ever, and I think Gambit is also on that list as well. And we do have strikes, but I feel like strikes haven't been that bad this year. I feel like we should get some more strikes. I would love that. Like Chosen got like 3 strikes. We haven't even received like 1 strike per season. I feel like that would be a little nice thing that they could do. Of course, they could put their work for something else, but I would like some more strikes, and I feel like strikes weren't that bad in Witch Queen. I actually liked 2 of the strikes that they brought, so strikes are not too bad, and if they can add more, then I don't think it's in a bad spot. And then, of course, having new Gambit maps and all that, that's something that we definitely need more than ever, or, I did say, like, at one point, just get rid of Gambit if you can't handle it, or put it in the DCV for a while and come back towards it, because remember, in Trials of the Nine back in year 1, when it was in a bad state, they took a hiatus on it, and they worked on it, and then came back in year 3 with Trials of Osiris, and I gotta say, Trials of Osiris is at least better than Trials of the Nine now, because, of course, more people play it than year 1, because year 1 was all primary systems, and there was a lot of changes back then in year 1. So something to look out for there, and we could see that a whole core rework for the core activities will be something that we're going to get sooner, and I would love it before Lightfall, or at least at Lightfall's release when massive amounts of players come back, because then they'll see it's in a better state. But already having 2 returning Crucible Maps on the horizon from Destiny 1 looks good, and then if they could add a new one sometime in Lightfall's release, that would be also really cool. You know, something to look forward to, I guess. So yeah. That's all I got for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. You know, we got a lot of things here. Some little long shot stuff like Cayde 6 returning and all that type of stuff. But the whole enemy race rework actually kind of seems very likely. And with that, if there's not going to be a new enemy race, then the Vapor subclass, the new subclass, could be something that they're working on instead of a new enemy race. And it could be something that we're going to see sooner. Again, 2 more weeks, guys. Less than 2 weeks, we're going to find out. And again, I feel like Vapor is just more likely than ever than becoming a subclass in Lightfall, or if not in Lightfall, then at least in final shape, because we know we're going to get one. But yeah, guys, hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.